These are a narcissist triggers and ways to overcome them. Narcissism is a personality trait characterized by grandiosity and a sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, a need for admiration. Narcissists often have a fragile sense of self and are easily triggered by criticism, rejection, and other perceived slights. In this video, we will explore the common triggers for narcissists and how they can learn to overcome them and develop some empathy. Number 1, being criticized. Narcissists are highly sensitive to criticism and may react with anger, defensiveness, or even rage. This is because they have an inflated sense of self and believe that they are above reproach. When someone approaches them or criticizes them, it is a direct threat to their self-image and can cause them to feel exposed and vulnerable. To overcome this trigger, narcissists must learn to accept constructive criticism and acknowledge their flaws and weaknesses. They can start by practicing self-reflection and seeking feedback from others. It may also be helpful to work with a therapist who can help them develop more healthy coping mechanisms. Next, being rejected. Narcissists thrive on attention and admiration, and they are deeply afraid of being rejected or abandoned. They may go to great lengths to maintain their relationships and may become jealous or possessive if they feel threatened. To overcome this trigger, narcissists must learn to develop more secure attachments and cultivate healthy relationships. They can start by working on their communication skills and learning to express their emotions in a constructive way. They may also benefit from practicing more self-compassion. Next, being made fun of. Narcissists are highly sensitive to being mocked or ridiculed, as this is a direct threat to their sense of superiority. They may react with anger or even aggression as they feel the need to defend their reputation or maintain their position of power. To overcome this trigger, narcissists must learn to develop a sense of humor and not take themselves too seriously. They can start by practicing self-depreciating humor and learn to laugh at their own mistakes. They may also benefit from working on their emotional regulation skills and learning to respond to stressful situations in a more adaptive way. Being overlooked. Narcissists crave attention and recognition, and they become upset if they feel they are being overlooked or ignored. They may try to draw attention to themselves by being louder or more aggressive, or they may withdraw and sulk. To overcome this trigger, narcissists must learn to develop a more secure sense of self and cultivate a sense of inner validation. They can start by practicing self-compassion and learning to validate their own feelings and experiences. They may also benefit from working on their assertiveness skills and learning to express their needs in a healthy way. Being told the truth. Narcissists may react negatively to being told the truth. The truth may challenge their sense of superiority and disrupt their idealized self-image. They may become defensive or dismissive, or they may lash out in anger. To overcome this trigger, narcissists need to learn to accept reality and acknowledge their flaws and limitations. They can start by practicing honesty with themselves and others, even when it is difficult. They may also benefit from working on their emotional regulation skills and learning to recognize when they're getting caught up. Being ignored. Narcissists may feel threatened when they are ignored or when they feel like they are not getting the attention they deserve. They may become upset or angry or try to draw attention to themselves in an attempt to regain the spotlight. To overcome this trigger, narcissists can practice self-validation and work on developing a sense of inner security. They can remind themselves that their worth is not determined by another person's attention or validation. They can also learn to focus on the present moment rather than constantly seeking someone else's approval. Feeling inadequate. Narcissists may feel inadequate or inferior when they perceive someone else as being better than them. They may become jealous or envious and may try to prove that they are better in some way. To overcome this trigger, narcissists can practice self-compassion and to work on developing a more realistic self-image. They can remind themselves that everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and that it is okay to have areas where they need to improve. They can also practice gratitude and focus on the positive aspects of their life rather than comparing themselves to others. Next, being betrayed. Narcissists feel deeply hurt and betrayed when someone they trust breaks their trust or loyalty. They may become angry or vengeful, and they might hold a grudge for a very long time. To overcome this trigger, narcissists can practice forgiveness and work on developing trust in themselves and others. They can remind themselves that everyone makes mistakes and that holding on to anger and resentment only hurts themselves. They can also work on developing healthier boundaries and learning to trust their own judgment. Pulling it all together, overcoming triggers for narcissists involves developing a more secure sense of self, practicing empathy, practicing emotional regulation, and cultivating healthy relationships. It may also involve seeking professional help, such as therapy. This will help address underlying issues and develop new coping strategies. By taking these steps, narcissists can learn to overcome their triggers and develop greater empathy and emotional intelligence. I hope you have gotten some value from this video. Share it with narcissists who may be taking people through narcissistic abuse. This can be a tool that they can use to help them stop hurting people. Let's make the world a better place. Share this video. Also, like and subscribe.